So you need not focus specifically on Kundalini. You focus on the deity. As and when required, whenever the experience is to happen, it will happen organically.
This is different for different people.
It's different for different, obviously. But if you have to focus specifically on Kundalini, then to awaken Kundalini or something like that, or any process that forcefully focuses and awakens Kundalini, you need to have a very competent guru with you.
Okay. What happens after your Kundalini Jagran
that
takes place?
is too vast. No two individuals will have the same experience. What you described is what is the theoretical idea. So this coiled snake and all that, these are all figurative ideas. Very figurative. Coiled snake represents the 3 gunas that is there, which holds the Shakti inside. And then when it comes out, then it will come out. And it won't go to your top right at the stage 1. It will most likely be functioning at a greater force in some or the other of your chakras, and something or the other will happen. So that is why the original idea was that what people need to remember in Kundalini is that so long as you're worshipping a deity, whichever deity is your Ishta Devata, you don't worry too much about Kundalini. You just keep worshipping. The deity will take care whenever it has to happen. B, if you're specifically interested in Kundalini awakening, then there were methods like that, but for that you need to have a competent guru, and never ever is going to it can happen through a mass scale kind of program.
Okay.
That is actually dangerous.
You can lose your mind as well.
You can cause a lot of problems. Whole point of spirituality is having things under control, not uncontrolled, not ending up becoming a wreck. It is not enough that some people will have, by birth, I've seen people like that, some psychic visions and things like that, psychic abilities, all that is wonderful, but it's meaningless. Spirituality is more than that. That steadiness, that balance, that transformation has to come in. If that is not happening, and you are exactly where you are, all the visions or all the psychic abilities are all meaningless. It's basically energy that you are not able to digest. The Kundalini will awaken, and it is basically a release of a tremendous powerful force. Now, this is going to be even more complicated, it may sound, when I was explaining that when you are doing sadhana of any deity and you are focusing on the dhyana of the deity, right? So you're doing the mantra japa and you are meditating on the dhyana and the formation of the deity. Eventually, there will be an astral formation of the deity, and that formation is going to take you to a higher realm. That astral formation's power will depend on whether you have had an experience of Kundalini or not. If a person has an awakened Kundalini Shakti, there is a huge amount of force at his own disposal, and that astral formation will become very powerful and active. It is basically a force, tremendous amount of force that is released, but force which needs guidance and direction. This guidance and direction comes through the Devata Upasana. The deity it is a large structure that has been given to you that helps to harmonize this thing and bring it at a more sane way of engaging with this process. Whenever that kind of a thing happens, it brings an extraordinary aura in them. They will stand out. Make no mistake, they will stand out. The force of the deity will be with them. Some effects and many small things are there along with this. But eventually, one day, through those practices, they will attain to the actual Devata who is there in the higher realms. And the moment they attain to that state, and it could be any deity, Mahavidya, Ganpati, anybody, it will be what is, for lack of better words, a state of enlightenment. Kundalini is exactly like, imagine that there is a huge gush of water, but the water has no shape of its own. It can take any shape of the container. The container is your deity that you are worshipping.
Damn. Which is why every Kundalini Jagran experience
is unique and individualistic.
Okay.
And which is why the textbook ideas are all half-baked. If you look at the first set of Hindu texts, whether it's Upanishads, Gita, do you find the term Kundalini anywhere? Nowhere it is there. It comes from the Hatha Yoga and Tantra texts around 9th, 10th century, with the belief that there is a competent guru along with you. It's not like you are leading a normal modern day life in society and things like that, and some guru you've met online, or maybe one mass scale initiation where 200 people are sitting, you are also sitting. Kundalini. No, not like that. You live with the guru in the Gurukul. Guru tests everything right from morning, what time you are getting up, what are you eating, what are you doing, what time you are going to sleep. Everything is controlled by the guru. In that kind of an environment, you focus on the Kundalini. It is the guru's responsibility to make sure that everything is safe and you have a quick, very fast experience. But the traditional idea is that you focus on the Devata and you worship the deity. Don't bother about the Kundalini. It will on its own, whenever it has to do, whatever it has to, it will do.